7 habits that make young women fall in love. Did you know that small adjustments in your behavior can completely change the way women see you? We're not talking about cheap tricks or magical formulas, but powerful habits that spark admiration, attraction, and even genuine passion. Imagine being the guy who grabs attention without even trying, the one they talk about with their friends and want to be around. In this video, I'll show you the 7 habits that make all the difference. And trust me, the last one on the list is something almost no man does, but women simply can't resist. Stick with me until the end, because this could be the breakthrough you've been waiting for. Habit number 1. True confidence is everything. Let me be honest, nothing attracts a woman more than a man who knows what he's doing. Confidence is like a magnet, you know? It gives off the vibe that you're stable, secure, and know where you stand. Now picture this. You're at a bar, and you notice a lot of guys avoiding eye contact, slouching their shoulders, and giving off that, "I'm not sure if I belong here" energy. Then there's you, head held high, shoulders back, with a posture that says, "I'm comfortable in my own space." That's already half the battle won, trust me. Here's a practical tip. Work on your posture and communication style. Stand tall with your shoulders open, make eye contact when speaking, and maintain a firm yet friendly tone of voice. That doesn't mean you have to come off as robotic or intimidating, far from it. It's about being present and projecting calmness and assurance. Start small, like greeting someone with a smile or asking a simple question to a stranger. It might feel awkward at first, but it helps a lot. Another important thing, be clear about what you want. Don't use vague phrases like, "we can do whatever you want" when inviting someone out. That comes off as unsure. Instead, try something like, "I want to take you to a place I love on Friday." See the difference? You're showing that you know what you want, and that's incredibly attractive. Oh, and you don't need to be the guy who has all the answers or never makes mistakes. In fact, showing that you're okay with your own flaws can be even more charming. For example, if you admit that you're nervous but go for it anyway, it sends a message of courage and authenticity. This balance between confidence and humanity is irresistible. Habit number 2, surprise and be interesting. You know what kills interest quickly? Predictability. When a guy always does the same things, follows the same patterns, that can bore any woman. But when you're able to bring something new, create different moments, wow, that's a game changer. For example, instead of suggesting the usual dinner date, why not try something unexpected? A kayaking trip, a cooking class together, or even a night playing retro video games. It doesn't have to be expensive or overly elaborate. The key is to break away from the ordinary. Another idea is to ask questions that take her out of autopilot. Instead of "what do you do for a living?" try something more creative like, "if you could have dinner with anyone in the world, who would it be?" These kinds of questions break the ice and spark more engaging conversations. Small, unexpected gestures also make a big difference. Sending a random text complimenting something specific she did, or showing up with a small gift that references something you talked about. These things show that you're paying attention, and that goes a long way. And no, you don't need to spend a fortune. It's the thought that counts. Finally, don't be predictable in your reactions. For example, if she says she loves a certain movie, instead of just agreeing, you could tease her a little. "Really? I thought your taste was flawless, but now I'm not so sure." This mix of humor and playful challenge keeps things light while making her curious about you. Habit number 3, truly listen and show you care. One of the most underrated skills, yet one of the most impactful, is knowing how to truly listen. When you genuinely pay attention to what a woman is saying, she feels important to you, and this creates a strong emotional connection. Let's face it, in a world where most people are just waiting for their turn to talk, being the guy who actually listens is like being a unicorn. Imagine she's telling you about something important that happened in her day. Instead of just nodding or throwing out a generic, "oh cool," you ask a thoughtful question that shows real interest, like, "how did that make you feel?" This makes her realize you genuinely care, and that's rare. Truly listening means more than just being present in the moment. It's about paying attention to details, her tone of voice, and even her body language. If she's venting about a tough day at work, you could say something like, "it sounds like that's been really stressing you out. What do you think would help fix it?" This not only validates her feelings, but shows that you're interested in being part of the solution, creating a deep bond. Here's the cherry on top. Remember what she tells you. If she mentions an important event next week, ask her how it went when you talk again. These little gestures show that you weren't just listening. You cared enough to keep her in your thoughts. Small things like this leave a lasting impression and show that you're truly present. Habit number 4, take care of yourself and show that. You value yourself. If I can give you one straightforward piece of advice, taking care of yourself is halfway to being more attractive. I'm not saying you need to look like a model, but showing that you respect and value yourself speaks volumes. And trust me, women notice these things in an instant. For example, think about something as simple as your appearance. A well-groomed beard or a fresh haircut can make a big difference. It's not about looking perfect, but about showing that you put some effort into yourself. Clothes that fit well and reflect your personality also help a lot. And no, you don't need to spend a fortune on designer brands. Just choose clean, well-fitted pieces that show you care about how you present yourself. Details matter, you know? A good cologne is a classic example. A distinctive, but not overpowering scent can make her remember you long after the date. Also pay attention to things like your nails, skin, and even your shoes. Small touches like these show that you're thoughtful and meticulous, which is more impressive than you might think. But self-care isn't just about the outside. Your energy matters too. So how about investing in exercise, eating well, and getting enough sleep? When you're healthy, it shows in your confidence, your posture, and even the way you speak. At the end of the day, this is irresistible. Women love men who take care of themselves because it signals self-respect and independence, clear signs of a guy who knows what he wants in life. Habit number 5, show that you have purpose and are moving forward. Let me tell you a secret. Men with purpose have something special. It's not just about what they're doing now, but the spark in their eyes when they talk about their goals. Women are naturally drawn to this because it shows you have direction and passion. And here's the best part. You don't need to already be at the top. What matters is showing that you have goals and are actively working toward them. Think about it. If you tell her you're learning a new language or working on an exciting project, that instantly makes you more interesting. Why? Because it shows her that you're determined and ambitious. But just talking about your dreams isn't enough. It's your actions that truly impress. When you mention that you're committed to something concrete, like taking a course or developing a new habit to help you grow, it shows you're a man of action, not just words. And you know what else creates a connection? Sharing stories about the challenges you've overcome. For instance, talking about how you saved up for a trip or earned that promotion at work. This not only inspires her, but also shows that you're resilient, a quality women greatly admire. Here's the final tip. Don't let ambition consume you to the point of neglecting the people around you. Being so focused on your goals that relationships become secondary can push away someone who's genuinely interested in you. Show that you can find balance, that you're committed to your growth, but you also value spending quality time with her. This combination of focus and connection is nearly irresistible. Habit number 6, balance kindness with leadership. There's an unbeatable formula that melts hearts, being kind while also knowing how to lead. It sounds simple, but believe me, not everyone knows how to strike this balance. Being kind doesn't mean being submissive or over the top. It's about showing respect and attentiveness at the right moments. Something as simple as holding the door or helping with something practical already says a lot about you. These small gestures show that you care and are attentive to her needs. Now let's talk about leadership. This doesn't mean being bossy or controlling, but taking initiative in a calm and confident way. For example, when planning a date, instead of asking, "What do you want to do?" try something more decisive like, "I was thinking we could check out that new restaurant. What do you think?" It's a simple approach, but it conveys confidence and shows you're capable of taking the lead without imposing anything. And there's more. When she shares something that's worrying her, listen carefully, and if she's open to it, offer a practical suggestion. It's not about solving all her problems, but about showing that you care and are there to help. It's that balance of empathy and action that makes all the difference. But be careful with extremes. If you're only kind and never take the initiative, you might come across as lacking direction. On the other hand, if you lead without showing empathy, you risk sounding arrogant. The secret is to maintain this balance. Be someone who supports while also taking charge. When you align these two sides, you create a sense of security and admiration. That keeps her interest high. Imagine being able to apply scientifically proven techniques to attract any woman, regardless of your looks or experience. Leading researchers in psychology have discovered what truly sparks female desire, and now you can learn how to use this to your advantage. This is the kind of knowledge that can change everything. This isn't about cheap tricks or cliched advice. This is a method grounded in psychological studies and validated by thousands of men just like you. It's simple, direct, and incredibly effective. Are you ready to understand how it works? Watch the video in the comments below and see for yourself. This could be your chance to step out of the ordinary and finally gain the confidence and attention you've always wanted. The choice is yours. Habit number 7, leave a touch of mystery in the air. Want to know a powerful trick for keeping a woman's interest? Mystery. That's right. It's not about being distant or hard to get, but about creating that space where she feels curious to learn more about you. It's like a good book or movie. You give just enough to hold her attention but leave some parts to the imagination. For example, in a conversation, mention something intriguing like, "Oh, I went on an amazing trip recently. It was such a unique experience." But don't dive into all the details right away. This makes her want to ask more questions and get to know you better. That curiosity creates a natural connection and keeps the interaction going. Another secret is controlling how much you share and the pace at which you do it. Instead of dumping your entire life story in one conversation, reveal small pieces that pique her interest. For example, if she asks about your job, you could say something like, "I'm working on a project that's been really challenging but super exciting. I'll tell you more when it's finished." This sends the message that you're interesting without giving everything away too quickly. Here's another tip. Have a lifestyle that shows you're actively living your life. Hobbies, passions, and new interests make you a dynamic person. Saying something casual like, "I started taking diving lessons last weekend. It was incredible," shows her that your life is full of experiences and adventures. This gives the impression that being with you would be just as exciting. But beware. Mystery isn't about being evasive or acting indifferent. Be genuine and occasionally reveal more about who you truly are. Sharing something personal or vulnerable at the right moment creates balance and humanizes the mystery. The key is to be intriguing enough to spark curiosity, but still accessible enough to build a connection. If this video was helpful to you, subscribe to our channel for more content like this, and don't miss the next video playing on your screen.